Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tony Climbs. It's been quite a while. I was in Oslo, Norway, climbing at a Norwegian climbing gym. Here's my experience on it. So as you saw in the beginning, the grading system there, a I've looked at quite a few charts online, and they say a 4 and a 3 converts to V0, and like V0 minus. So this gym, I would say, is probably heavily sandbagged. Even even if Seattle Bouldering Project is incredibly soft, this gym, um, I couldn't do anything above like a V1 really, and I was getting like hard checked on V1 climbs. So first couple climbs there. That first climb that I tried, I thought like it was a lot easier than it was, but I enjoyed doing a little heel hook there. The second climb was very super simple basic ladder. This climb here, um, honestly was easy, but didn't feel like a V0, but that's what they graded it as. This one also, I would say was like doesn't really feel like a V0, but I mean, if that's the skill we're dealing with, it's kind of crazy. They did thankfully they did have a lot of variety at this gym, even though it wasn't that massive. If you've been to the Poplar Seattle Bouldering Project, that gym is absolutely wild. Now this climb here, actually, I want to talk about this one really quick because this required a lot of commitment and getting the feet up high and just really just being able to like be like, yep, get the foot up there, stand, and then reach that hand out. Just trust your foot doesn't slip off there. Yeah, I enjoyed that part of the climb. So this was one of the harder grades there. That was a 5 or 5 plus, which is approximately a V1 according to all these different grading scales I'm looking at here. Maybe a V2 according to a single grading scale. So that was interesting. And then I like this climb here as well. Um, this climb here was a little weird because I was able to get up. I missed that first slap. And after that first one, I got back on it and I was like, okay, well, let's see what I can do here. Get the feet mixed around there. Really paying attention here. And then I really committed, really grabbed onto it hard. And again, remember, this is a V0 climb, so this should be able to be done by more or less like people who are somewhat fit, but very new to climbing. And in my experience with what a V0 is, so I tried to match it. I wasn't able to. I slipped off it and I was like, ah, that's okay. And then I ended up trying this green one that was right next door. Now this one wasn't like hard or easy, but I didn't really feel like I could start it, so I kind of just started from the middle, just because like might as well. This was the one chance I was gonna get to try and climb this. And I kind of liked how interesting this was, so I kind of got my hand out there, and then I was like, okay, wait a second, that didn't work. And then I got back on it, and then I like my feet cut, and it was all like bleh after that. But we keep moving on. So just continuing on with this, I enjoyed this climb here. I was able to get that foot up. Um, these holds were interesting because while they were dual techs, I was able to use some of the dual techness to actually stand on it. It didn't feel like incredibly slippery to the point where I couldn't use it. So that was interesting. But some of these green climbs like were definitely like they weren't like super easy, but they also didn't feel like they were that heavily undergraded. If you're very familiar with the bouldering project grading scale, I would probably rate like, for example, this orange one here. I would probably wouldn't be surprised if this was a red climb, and the range was somewhere between 0 to 2. So yeah, I think might not be that ridiculous, but it when I doing a little bit of research for this video here and looking at like this climb here, a blue climb, should be somewhere between a V1 and like a hard V0 and like a hard V1, and that move felt basically impossible to me. As you can see, I'm just standing there entirely baffled by it, and I'm at this point I'm just trying to like, I'm like, how do I do this? And I had no idea. So it's to me it's just surprising. Doing the research for the video, I really got like, I felt like I got like super skill checked here. I was like, okay, maybe I'm not even like remotely as good at climbing as I thought I was. But this climbing gym was great. It was super fun. While I was climbing, I didn't know what the grading scale was, so I completely was just kind of blind to what I thought I could and couldn't do. And it honestly made the climbing experience very enjoyable. Obviously, some of these easier climbs here, like this one here, this I would expect at Seattle Bouldering Project to be labeled a yellow, and I think rightly so. This is definitely like a V0-ish climb. And, nice, easy, match the top. And again, with something like this, I felt like the really easy climbs were predictably like very easy, and I think they just have a high standard for what a non V0 climb is, which is fair. This climb was actually super interesting here. You had to like kind of walk around on these little ledges here. I unfortunately on this attempt was not able to complete it. I tried to like reach around here and then push myself up, get the toe hooked just around just a little bit, and I slipped off because it was dual text there and I wasn't able to get a good grip. Instead, I moved on to this like purple climb, and yeah, I was able to bump the foot up just a little bit here, stab that toe out really far, and get those two hands up there. And then that hold didn't feel too great the first time I grabbed onto it, so I kind of bumped my left hand up to match it, and then I went out with my right instead. And that felt a lot more comfortable. Then I was able to just kind of work my hands around that, reach over, and then match the top. Up next, we had, this was actually a really interesting climb. It was like, I think because I was taller, it was really easy. But it still was like a very interesting concept. Now this blue climb here, I unfortunately didn't take a photo of it, but like I got absolutely bamboozled by the start here. I think the first like maybe like 25 or 30 seconds of this clip is just me trying to start this climb, and then as you see here, I finally like commit, and I'm like in this weird like squat position, like I couldn't do anything. And then I realized, wait a second, what if I try going from a angle here? And I was like, wait, I want to get out to that hold or the top hold, so let me start from here. And then once I found the start out, I was like, oh, I can literally just stand up off of this, and kind of like keep my body under tension. And then I have a nice hold right there, able to get the feet around here. And I'm able to, this was a bad hold I'm holding on to right now. And then I'm able to, once I was able to bump up to there, got the foot out. And at this point I was like, I don't know if I can do the start again. So I'm like, I refuse to fall. So I'm able to grab onto that and then bump up, match the top, and I was super happy. I try this climb one more time here. Get that hand way out there. I'm really just slowly trying to work my way across on this these holds. I then kind of lean back and try to hook my toe around to kind of pull myself, but I'm like very unstable at this point because I'm basically only standing on one leg, and then when I try to switch my weight over and get around this hold here, I'm like trying to pinch onto it, and I try to get my weight around. I just don't quite get it. And unfortunately, it never got it. I guess I have to fly back there to to attempt it again. Then I moved on to this pretty easy, doable purple climb here. Um, I enjoyed it, nice and easy. Got to the top, I had a nice little match, and then finished off. Last but certainly not least, this this climb here. Very nice, simple ladder all the way to the top. Boom, boom, and we're good. So tail of the tape here. We got white 4 for 4. I'd really be sad if I couldn't do 4 for 4 on white. And then green. I had a couple green ones where I was just confused, didn't really know how to do them. But for the most part, I felt pretty solid with them. And then last but certainly not least, we got the blue ones. We had started off strong with the blue. I was like kind of hopeful that maybe I could. I attempted some yellow climbs just trying to start them. They never really went anywhere. So unfortunately, I didn't get like a great great like yellow finish or anything like that. That might have been like a V2, V3 area. But you know, instead I did pretty good. Started off strong on the blue and I ended strong on the blue as well. So I was relatively happy with that. But you know, overall, great gym. Really enjoyed it. It was honestly just a very like chill, calm place. So yeah, overall, great experience. Thanks for watching. Keep on climbing.